Hi, welcome to Yuri Collects, a channel about pop culture, VHS, movies, vinyl, CDs, action figures, video games, all sorts of stuff. My name is Yuri and today we are going through some VHS purchases I recently did, so let's just jump right into it. And start with a movie that most of you are probably familiar with. Die Hard. What can we say about this? I mean, to me, it's probably Bruce Willis's best movie, and this is the original Finnish rental tape. And as you can see, the title here is not Die Hard; it's Vain kuolleen ruumiini yli, which is translated roughly like "Over My Dead Body." So that's an interesting translation. But yeah, one of the best Christmas movies for sure. And truly a nice release. This is CBS Fox videotape, as you can see here. Overall, super nice addition to the collection, and I mean, this is censored. I mean, there is another a bit newer release which is uncut completely, but this one is censored a few minutes, I think. But still, awesome movie. And let's just add the Die Hard 2 to it as well. So Die Hard 2, Die Harder, Vain kuolleen ruumiini yli 2. Well, this is for us Finns. This is of course a bit more special film because this is directed by Finnish director Renny Harlin. It's not as good as the first one. I mean, the first one is a true classic. This one isn't half bad either, but I mean, pales in comparison to the first one, of course. Good looking VHS, this as well, in a bit Showtime big box. Quickly showing the videotape as well. So this is the Showtime rental video. But yeah, I mean, these are amazing duo of movies, and of course I mean, there's a third one, Die Hard with a Vengeance, that's still missing from my collection. But let's move on to a bit more horror films. So Deadly Dreams, I have absolutely no idea about this, but I mean, these are, and I mean, all these videos that VHS that I'm covering in this video have been like €2, €3. A horror movie about some sort of like dream stuff. This is directed by Christine Peterson, starring Mitchell Anderson, Juliet Cummins, Xander Berkeley, and so on. What is funny about this cover is that, I mean, this looks like some sort of like pixel art, which I think I've never seen a VHS with a pixel art cover. So a bit unique, I guess. But I mean, this seems like a sort of like dreamscape, and the murders, there's some murders happening which are happening in like dreams, so kind of reminds me of like, you know, Nightmare on Elm Street or something like that. But curious to see this one, no idea. And since we are talking about dreams, then let's jump right on to the next one, 976 Evil, which is directed by, well, Freddy Krueger, Robert Freddy Englund, as you can see on the cover. So another 80s, this is from 1988. The Finnish title is Puhelu Helvetistä, which is like a phone call from hell, if you direct it, translated directly. And never seen this, but I do remember seeing this like 976 Evil in like 90s, 80s, 90s Fangoria magazines, the horror magazine back then. So I do remember seeing like you know, photos of this particular film in there. So, and I think I'm not sure if there's like a sequel to this as well. Looks in like super nice condition. This is unfortunately on an AGFA tape, but this is luckily the a bit better ones, the Super HGX AGFA films. So fingers crossed this will work perfectly once I get around to watch it. But there's like some sort of phone number where you call, which is, the phone number is 976 Evil, and this apparently causes some bad things to the character who is calling to that number and something like that. But we'll see. All right, Moving on. So this is Stephen King's Night Flyer. I'm not completely sure if this is like a TV movie, but I do remember seeing this cover, and I've seen this before, but it's been like over 20 years probably since the last time I saw this. This is directed by Mark Pavia, and is starring Miguel Ferrer, who is a bit more familiar actor. And I do remember that this is like a quite nice little horror film, you know, revolving around this vampire who is flying around these like smaller airports and then killing people at the nearby the airport, and then, you know, taking his small plane and then flying to the next one. So interesting film. I remember it was pretty decent, but I have to rewatch it. This is the, you know, the myyntikassetti, so not a rental one, but fun addition to the collection again. Then let's move on to a bit more older ones. So Clint Eastwood, Luotikuja. Was this the Gauntlet? There's no like, I checked it, there's no like translation in this old video, but this is an old Warner Brothers case. I actually switched the covers for this one. The videotape itself is a newer one, but this was like a nice excuse to put the old, the newer tape to this old Warner Bros. VH cover, which looks, I mean, these have always looked like fantastic, and I did have this cover paper in my, you know, collection. Again, super nice looking cover. Haven't seen the film, have to definitely watch it. But apparently this is like this is from 1979, and starring Clint Eastwood and Sondra Locke and Pat Hingle. The Gus is apparently some sort of like a witness, and then the policeman played by Clint Eastwood is trying to protect her, and all sorts of people are trying to kill the young lady here. But interesting, and I mean, the cover is like super nice. Always love these old Warner home video covers. And continuing with Clint Eastwood, Pink Cadillac. It's a newer Warner home video, so this was also part of the bunch. This is actually a double. I have the version which was given to the people who, you know, own the rental places, so called kauppias kassetti, which is like the, you know, for the owner's copy, so to speak. So I have that already in my collection, but so this is a double. Probably I'm gonna sell this at some point, but we'll see. But classic film for sure. And then we move on to some horror films, and these are coming from Showtime. So Hyinen kuolema, Iced is the English title, from 1988. And this is apparently some sort of like a ski resort. So a group of people go to a ski resort. They start going downhill skiing, and apparently there's some sort of like a competition between two men, and one of them end up dead. And then we fast forward to like a few years onwards, and for some reason the people are those who were survived the incident, they return to the same resort, and surprise surprise, people start to die. So some sort of like a goofy low budget snow based horror film. No further comment on this one. This is the Showtime video again. Like this is like, I would say this is probably in like mint condition, so this is like super nice copy. Probably something that has never been even in rental use. Curious to see this one. Probably again censored to shreds, but still the premise seems interesting, especially now that winter is coming. moving on, Kasvoton tappaja. Again, another Showtime, super nice condition film. The English title is Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge. So, 1989 horror film. A person gets burned and then starts killing people a few years later or something like that, in a nutshell. I think this is happening in some sort of... Oh yeah, there's like a Midwood Mall. So this is... Apparently this is something like a Phantom of the Opera, but this is happening in like a mall. And this is the, again, Showtime video. This has even the plastic, there's like these plastic tabs, or there's like small pieces. So those are not that common, I would say. But again, nice addition, more horror to the VHS collection, don't mind at all. And we continue with the horror, so this is Mielipuolen vankina, Office Party. Kind of interesting that the Office Party, which is like, well, Office Party, then it's translated to something like Mielipuolen vankina, Prisoner of the Maniac, I would say. It's a pretty close translation. David Warner, Michael Ironside, very familiar actors, and apparently David Warner goes a bit berserk in this film, so he takes prisoner like hostages, and things escalate and all that. So it's not so sure about how this is like a horror film, but I don't know, maybe it is. It seems like maybe a bit like a thriller or something, but we'll see. Again, Aqua tape, Super HGX, but in super nice condition, again, like in mint condition. So really hoping that this will play nicely later on when I start watching it. But curious to see this one. Then we move on to Scanners 2. Scanners is of course a very classic horror flick, and this maybe not so much, but I mean it's an iconic cover, I would say. Remember seeing this in the rental stores when I was a kid, and yeah, I mean it's like a nice condition. It was part of the bundle, so why not? This is censored heavily, again, as most of these Showtime videos are. So we'll have to see how watchable this is, but anyways, it's a nice addition to the horror collection, and I mean Showtime videos are nice to have own as well. But next one, well, this is something that most of people have probably seen. So Zelda videos release of The Naked Gun. Leslie Nielsen is super hilarious in this. Is this like a comedy classic from the 80s? Well, I would say this is probably the best in the series of the Naked Gun series. The second one isn't half bad either, but I mean this is for sure fun movie, and fun to own this on like VHS format as well. It's been ages since I saw it, but cool movie, and rest in peace Leslie Nielsen. It's a sad to see these like classic actors to pass, but that's life. Let's remember the good times and watch The Naked Gun. And then finally a few Canon films. These are also like Showtime. So Costa, Heat, starring Burt Reynolds, action film. And apparently some sort of like is this like mobsters or gangsters here or something like that? I'm not sure, never seen this one, but Las Vegas is the setting for this, and murders happen and all that, so have to see it. Don't really know much about it except for the Burt Reynolds. And again, super nice condition. We'll add that, and this is like Canon label. And then next up is another Canon. This is Charles Bronson Death Wish 4, 1987. And I'm not really that huge fan of Charles Bronson, but I have to check it out as well once I have some time, but probably start with the horror films first. And again, super nice condition release, like in mint condition, honestly. Let's edit that. Oh dear. Hopefully it still works. And then finally, Canon Highlander, 80s classic for sure, 1986. Most people have probably seen it, and this actually has even one of the legendary and good-looking covers. Always love that. And Christopher Lambert, Sean Connery, and who else was here? Roxanne Hart, Clancy Brown. Yes, so classic action film, and I'm pretty sure that this doesn't even have the head cut off by a sword scenes, but we'll see. That's just the case with the Finnish videotapes. They are heavily censored, but that's sort of like the charm, I guess. But these are like super collectible. They look awesome in the shelf, and I love them. But yeah, that was it. Nice bunch of videos, and again, like 2 or 3 euros a piece. So excellent finds, and especially considering most of them are in mint condition. So I approve. Super nice stuff. But yeah, that was actually all for this time. If you like the content, please hit a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you have any feedback or ideas what you want to see and hear in the future, drop a comment below, and I'll check them through. Thank you for watching, and until next time, bye.